Molly and the Mystery of the Shell. This is Molly, a curious little mermaid who loves to explore. But today, she's about to find something very special, something wonderful.
Wow, a shimmering shell. I wonder what it does.
Molly didn't know it yet, but this wasn't just any shell. It had a very special ability, could help her speak to animals on land.
I've always wondered what it's like to talk to land animals. Maybe this shimmering shell can help me.
With a little hope, Molly lifted the shell to her ear and listened closely. Suddenly, she could understand the voices of the land animals.
Hello, can you hear me?
Whoa! Did that mermaid just talk to us?
Hi, mermaid! We can hear you! What's your name?
My name is Molly. I've always wanted to talk to land animals, and now I can.
That's amazing, Molly! Do you want to play with us? We love making new friends!
Molly and her new friends played all day, learning about life on land and under the sea. They realized that even though they were different, they could still be great friends.
I'll come back and visit soon. We'll have more adventures together.
We can't wait to see you again, Molly. You're our best mermaid friend.
Molly learned that she could make friends anywhere, even across the ocean. And with her shimmering shell, she was ready for even more adventures.
The Library Exploration Challenge. Ethan is excited to explore the library. There are so many books and adventures waiting to be discovered. He finds a book with a shiny cover and wonders what adventures are inside. He's ready to dive into a new story. Ethan starts reading his book, getting lost in the exciting world of the story. The library is full of amazing discoveries. He finds a map in one of the books and uses a magnifying glass to see it better. It looks like a treasure map. Next, Ethan discovers a book about dinosaurs. He's fascinated by the big ancient creatures and learns some cool facts. He uses the library computer to find even more information books, excited to take them home and continue his exploration. He can't wait to read them all. At home, Ethan dives into his new books. He's happy to have discovered so many new things at the library.
This was such an adventure. I can't wait to come back and explore more.
Baby Cloud's Adventure. Once upon a time, in the big blue sky, there was a little cloud named Bella. Bella was a baby cloud, fluffy and white, floating high above the ground. One sunny day, Bella decided to go on an adventure. She wanted to see what lay beyond the horizon and explore new places. So, Bella began her journey. Drifting lazily through the sky, she passed over mountains, rivers, and forests, marveling at the beauty of the world below. But as Bella traveled farther, she noticed that the sky ahead was turning dark. Dark clouds began to gather, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Bella felt scared and unsure of what to do. She wanted to turn back, but she didn't know the way home. Just then, a gentle breeze blew through the sky, guiding Bella back towards the safety of her cloud family. Bella followed the breeze, feeling grateful for its help. As she reunited with her family, Bella realized an important lesson. Even though adventures are exciting, it's essential to know when to turn back and seek help when things get tough. Freddy the Proud Frog. In a cozy pond, there lived a frog named Freddy. Freddy was big and green. He loved to hop around, showing off to the other frogs. Freddy often bragged about how high he could jump and how loud he could croak. He thought he was the best frog in the pond. One day, a wise turtle named Toby told Freddy,
"Being strong is good, but being kind is even better."
Freddy laughed at Toby's words, but deep down, he felt a bit unsure. Over time, Freddy's boasting caused problems. The other frogs didn't want to play with him anymore. Freddy realized he was lonely because of his pride. He decided to change. Freddy apologized to the other frogs and started being kind to them. The frogs forgave Freddy and they became friends again. Freddy learned that being kind is more important than being proud. From then on, Freddy was known as a friendly frog who treated everyone with respect. And so, Freddy kind makes you the best of all. The River Adventure. Once upon a time, in a forest, colorful leaves fell from trees. They danced in the breeze and landed on the ground. Rain fell, forming streams. The leaves floated down, giggling as they journeyed. They passed rocks and animals, enjoying the ride. The streams joined into a river, and the leaves continued. They saw flowers and animals, feeling happy. A tea sunset. They reached the riverbank. Tired but content, they rested. They learned that journeys bring joy and new experiences. And so, the leaves slept, dreaming of more adventures. Friends from the Stars. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Malik. Malik loved to look up at the stars and wonder about the mysteries of the universe. One night, as he drifted off to sleep, he had the most amazing dream. In his dream, Malik found himself on a spaceship, flying through the stars with friendly aliens. They showed him their colorful home planets and taught him new games to play. Malik laughed and played with his new friends, feeling happy and excited, but then, all too soon, he woke up. As Malik opened his eyes, he realized it was just a dream. He felt a little sad that he couldn't visit outer space for real. However, instead of feeling disappointed, Malik felt even more eager to learn. He knew that dreams were like windows to new adventures, and he wanted to learn all he could about space and the stars. Malik read about planets, watched astronaut videos, and built a cardboard spaceship. He asked lots of questions and got curious. Even though going to space was just a dream, he loved learning and exploring, in real life or in his dreams. The busy underground world. In the earth, beneath our feet, there's a whole world unseen. It's a busy place where tiny creatures live and work together. Meet Wormy, a friendly earthworm who loves to dig tunnels and turn soil. Wormy has many friends like beetle, ant, and snail. Every day, they wake up early to start their work. Wormy digs tunnels, while beetle and ant collect food. Snail moves slowly, munching on leaves along the way. Together, they make the soil healthy and rich. They help plants grow big and strong, providing food for animals and humans. Even though they're small, Wormy and friends know that every little action makes a big difference. They teach us that teamwork and hard work can make the world a better place. And so, the tiny creatures in the soil continue their important work, reminding us that even in the quiet underground, there's a world full of life and purpose. The Happy Cobbler. Once, there was an old shoemaker named Ben. He loved making shoes, but as he got older, fewer people came to the shop. Feeling sad and lonely, Ben sat in his shop day after day. One sunny day, a boy named Sam came to Ben's shop with a hole in his shoe. Ben felt happy to have a customer again. As Ben fixed Sam's shoe, he felt joy and purpose return. He realized his work still mattered. When Sam's shoe was fixed, he left with a smile. Ben felt proud. After that, Ben's shop became busy again. People came from far away for his shoe repairs. Ben learned that his work brought joy to others no matter his age. He kept making shoes happily ever after.
Nessie's Big Adventure. Once upon a time, in a deep, mysterious lake, there lived a baby dinosaur named Nessie. Nessie was small but curious, with shiny scales and a long, swishy tail. One sunny morning, Nessie decided to explore the lake beyond her cozy home. She swam and splashed, feeling excited about her big adventure. As Nessie swam farther from the shore, she saw new plants and colorful fish. Everything looked so different and exciting. But suddenly, Nessie found herself in deep, dark waters. She felt scared and alone, not knowing which way to go. Just then, she heard a friendly voice. It was her mother, calling out to her. Nessie followed her mother's voice and soon found her way back home. Nessie learned an important lesson. Even though adventures are fun, it's essential to stay close to those who love and care for you. And so, Nessie snuggled close to her mother, feeling safe and loved. From that day on, Nessie knew that no matter where her adventures took her, her family would always be there to guide her home.
Robo Friends. In the land of robots, there lived a little robot named Roto. Roto's world was full of metal trees, shiny buildings, and friendly robots. One day, Roto went on an adventure to explore his robot world. He met robots of all shapes and sizes, each with a story to tell. He met Sparky, the helpful robot who always lent a hand to those in need. Roto learned that being kind and helpful makes the world a better place. He met Bold, the curious robot who loved to learn new things. Roto learned that curiosity and a thirst for knowledge can lead to exciting discoveries. He met Wizzy, the brave robot who never gave up, even when faced with challenges. Roto learned that perseverance and determination can overcome any obstacle. As Roto journeyed through the robot world, he realized that every robot had a story and a lesson to share. He learned that being different is what makes each robot special and unique. And so, Roto returned home, filled with newfound wisdom and appreciation for his robot friends. He knew that by embracing each other's differences and learning from one another, they could make their world a brighter and better place for all. Milo's Mountain Dream. Milo the cat lived in a cozy house by the hills. Every day, he watched the tall mountains in the distance and dreamed of climbing them.
One sunny morning, Milo decided to make his dream come true. He packed a small bag with snacks and water, then set off on his adventure. As Milo climbed higher and higher, he encountered rocks and steep paths. He felt scared and tired but kept going because he wanted to reach the top. Finally, after many hours of climbing, Milo reached the summit. He looked around and saw the world below, feeling proud and accomplished. But then Milo realized something important. Climbing mountains was hard work, and it was okay to ask for help. So, Milo called out for his friends, and together they celebrated their achievement. Milo learned that dreams can come true with determination and help from friends. He felt grateful for the journey and the lessons learned along the way. And so, Milo returned home, knowing that he could achieve anything he set his mind to with perseverance and support. Poppy's Forest Adventure. Poppy the panda lived in a cozy bamboo forest with her family. One bright morning, she decided to explore the dense forest nearby. As Poppy wandered deeper into the forest, she saw tall trees and heard the chirping of birds. She felt excited to discover new places. But soon, Poppy realized she didn't know the way back home. She started to feel scared and lost. Just then, she heard a rustling in the bushes. It was a friendly squirrel named Sammy. Sammy showed Poppy the way back to her bamboo forest. Poppy learned an important lesson that day. Exploring is fun, but it's essential to stay close to home and ask for help when needed. Grateful for Sammy's help, Poppy returned home safely. She hugged her family tight, knowing that they would always be there for her. From that day on, Poppy remembered to explore with caution and stick close to her loved ones. She knew that adventures were best enjoyed with friends by her side. Mocha's Desert Adventure. In the sandy desert, there was a camel named Mocha. Mocha loved to walk on the warm sand. One day, Mocha decided to walk far across the desert. He carried some water and food and started his journey. As Mocha walked, the sun shined brightly, and the sand blew around him. Sometimes it was hard to see, but Mocha kept going. Along the way, Mocha met other animals like snakes and lizards. They talked and helped each other. But when the sun went down, Mocha felt lost. He looked up and saw a twinkling star. Mocha followed the star and found his way home. Mocha learned that even in the big desert, there are always things to help us find our way. Happy to be home, Mocha snuggled up and fell asleep, knowing he could find his way again if he ever got lost. Malik the Honest Trader. In a busy market in ancient Arabia, there was a trader named Malik. Malik was famous for always telling the truth. Every day, Malik sold things in the market. He treated everyone fairly, never cheating or lying. One hot day, a tired person came to Malik's stall. They asked for water, and Malik gave them some without asking for money. The person was surprised and asked why Malik was so kind. Malik said,
"Helping others is important to me."
The person was happy and promised to help Malik too. People heard about Malik's kindness and came from far away to buy things from him. They knew Malik was a good person. Malik became well known and respected. He lived happily, knowing he was liked by everyone because of his honesty. And so, Malik's story spread far and wide, showing how important it is to always tell the truth.
Snowy fun. One day, fluffy snow fell from the sky. Children ran outside to play. They made snowballs and built snow forts. They laughed and smiled, feeling happy. The snow made everything look white and clean. It was fun to jump and slide in the soft snow. The children felt grateful for the snowy day. They learned that even simple things, like snow, can bring joy and happiness. And so, they played until the sun went down, grateful for the snowy fun they had together.
Auntie the Little Fisherman. In a small village by the sea, there lived a boy named Auntie. Auntie loved the ocean and wanted to be a fisherman like his dad. One day, Auntie's dad took him fishing. Auntie learned to catch fish and steer the boat. But then, a storm came. Auntie's dad kept them safe and brought them back to shore. Auntie realized the ocean was powerful and needed respect. Auntie realized the ocean was powerful and needed respect. And so, Auntie learned to love and respect the sea, becoming a proud fisherman in the village. Java's new home. In Java's forest, there lived an eagle named Java. Java had big wings and sharp eyes. One day, Java saw too many trees in his home. So, he flew to find a new one. Java flew far and wide. He saw rivers, mountains, and valleys, but none felt right. Finally, he found a perfect spot near a river with tall trees and lots of food. Java built a cozy nest and felt happy in his new home. From there, Java could see the whole forest. He was grateful for his new place. And so, Java found his new home and lived happily ever after. The sparkling stars. Once upon a time, there was a curious boy named Tim who loved to look up at the night sky. Every evening, he would go outside and gaze at the twinkling stars above him. Tim marveled at the vastness of space and the beauty of the stars. He imagined traveling among them, visiting distant planets and galaxies. One night, Tim saw something special. It was a shooting star streaking across the sky, leaving a trail of light behind it. He made a wish upon the star, hoping for adventures among the stars. As Tim continued to watch the night sky, he realized how amazing and beautiful space truly was. He felt grateful to be a part of such a wondrous universe. From that moment on, Tim never stopped dreaming of exploring space. He knew that the beauty of the stars would always inspire him to reach for the stars and beyond. And Tim, well, he grew up to be an astronaut, exploring the wonders of space and sharing its beauty with the world.
The Wise Squirrel and the Helpful Friends. Once upon a time, in a big forest, there lived a clever squirrel named Sammy. Sammy had a cozy home high up in a tall oak tree. He loved collecting nuts and storing them for the winter. One sunny morning, As Sammy was gathering nuts, he saw a family of birds looking worried. Sammy, being friendly, chirped.
Hello there. Why do you look so troubled?
The mother bird replied sadly.
We built our nest on a weak branch, and it's about to fall. We don't know where to move our babies to keep them safe.
Sammy thought for a moment and said,
I have an idea. My tree has sturdy branches. You can build your nest there, and my tree will keep your babies safe.
The birds were grateful and quickly moved their nest to Sammy's tree. They thanked Sammy and chirped joyfully. Later that day, a little rabbit approached Sammy, saying,
Mr. Sammy, my burrow collapsed, and I have nowhere to stay tonight.
Sammy smiled kindly and said,
Don't worry, my friend. You can share my cozy home in the tree until you find a new burrow.
The rabbit happily hopped up the tree and thanked Sammy for his kindness. Days passed, and a storm came rumbling through the forest. The wind howled, and the rain poured heavily. Sammy's tree swayed, but it stood strong, protecting all his friends from harm. After the storm passed, the animals gathered around Sammy, grateful for his help. The wise squirrel spoke.
When we help each other, we become stronger together. By sharing and caring, we make our home a better place.
The animals cheered, understanding the value of friendship and helping one another. From that day on, they lived happily, always ready to lend a paw or wing to anyone in need. And so, in the heart of the forest, the wise squirrel and his friends showed that kindness and helping each other make the world a brighter and safer place for everyone. The beautiful butterfly. Did you know that butterflies start as tiny eggs? These eggs hatch into caterpillars, which eat lots of yummy leaves to grow big and strong. After a while, the caterpillar forms a chrysalis around itself. Inside the chrysalis, it undergoes a magical transformation called metamorphosis. Finally, after some time, a beautiful butterfly emerges from the chrysalis. With its colorful wings, it flutters through the air. Sipping nectar from flowers with its long, straw-like tongue. Butterflies are not only pretty to look at, but they also play an important role in pollinating flowers and helping plants grow. Next time you see a butterfly, remember the amazing journey it took to become the graceful creature it is today.
The cool cactus. In hot, dry places, there's a special plant called a cactus. Did you know cacti are awesome because they can do some neat things? Cacti live in deserts where there's not much water. They're great at saving water because they have thick, waxy skin and spiky needles instead of leaves. Cacti can hold lots of water inside their thick stems. This helps them stay alive even when it hasn't rained for a long time. Even though they live in tough places, cacti can still make pretty flowers. These flowers attract bees and birds to help make more cacti. Cacti have shallow roots that spread out to catch rain when it falls in the desert. So, when you see a cactus, remember how cool it is. It's not just prickly, it's also a survivor in the desert. brave bird in the storm. Once upon a time, there was a small bird named Pip. Pip lived near the big ocean with many other birds. One day, a big storm came. The wind howled, and the waves crashed against the shore. All the birds flew away to find shelter, but Pip was too scared. He didn't know where to go. Pip held on tightly to a branch and closed his eyes. He wished for the storm to end. As the storm raged on, Pip felt scared and alone, but he remembered his friends and family. He knew he had to be brave. When the storm finally passed, Pip opened his eyes. He saw that he was safe and sound. Pip flew back to his friends and family. They were happy to see him and praised him for his bravery. From that day on, Pip was known as a brave bird who survived the storm. He learned that even in the toughest times, courage can help you through. And so, Pip's story taught everyone that being brave is important, especially when things get tough. Benny the Banana Tree. In a sunny garden, there lived a big banana tree named Benny. Benny had lots of green leaves and yummy yellow bananas on his branches. Benny liked feeling the warm sun and swaying in the wind. He reached up high to catch the sunlight. Every day, a farmer took care of the garden. He gave water to the plants and made sure they were happy. Time went by, and Benny grew taller. His bananas turned yellow and tasty. The farmer came to pick them. One day, a strong wind blew. Benny held on tight, but some bananas fell down. Benny felt sad, but then he saw something good. The fallen bananas helped the soil, making it better for new plants. Benny learned that even bad things can have good results. And so, Benny the banana tree felt proud of his bananas, even the ones that fell down.
The King Who Changed. Once in a big kingdom, there was a king named Leo. King Leo was very proud and thought he was better than everyone else. He would show off his fancy things and tell everyone how great he was. But this made people sad and they didn't like him much. One day, a wise person told King Leo that being kind was more important than being rich. At first, King Leo didn't listen, but then he started to notice that he wasn't happy, even with all his riches. So, King Leo decided to change. He started being nice to everyone and listening to what they had to say. People were surprised and happy to see King Leo being kind. They started to like him more. King Leo realized that being kind made him feel better too. He was no longer lonely because he had friends who cared about him. And so, King Leo learned that being kind is the best way to be happy.
Gina the Giraffe. In the vast savannah, there lived a gentle giraffe named Gina. Gina had a long neck and spots all over her body. Gina loved to roam the grasslands, grazing on leaves from tall trees. She would stretch her neck high into the sky to reach the juiciest leaves. One day, as Gina was wandering through the savannah, she heard a cry for help. It was a baby elephant stuck in a muddy watering hole. Without hesitation, Gina rushed to the rescue. With her long neck and strong legs, she reached into the hole and gently lifted the baby elephant to safety. The grateful elephant thanked Gina, and soon word spread of her heroic deed. From that day on, Gina became known as the bravest giraffe in the savannah. She was admired by all the animals for her kindness and courage. And so, Gina the giraffe showed that even the tallest creatures can have the biggest hearts.
Sammy the Seahorse. In a colorful coral reef, there lived a tiny seahorse named Sammy. Sammy was small and delicate, with a curly tail and a gentle demeanor. Sammy loved to explore the vibrant underwater world, swimming among the coral and darting through the clear blue water. One day, while swimming near the surface, Sammy spotted a school of fish caught in a fishing net. The fish were struggling to break free, their colorful scales glinting in the sunlight. Without hesitation, Sammy sprang into action. Using his tiny fins, he carefully entangled the fish one by one, setting them free. The grateful fish thanked Sammy and swam off into the vast ocean. Sammy watched them go, feeling proud of his bravery. From that day on, Sammy became known as the hero of the coral reef. The other sea creatures admired him for his kindness and selflessness. And so, Sammy the Seahorse showed that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference in the world.
The glowing fireflies. In warm summer nights, tiny creatures called fireflies light up the darkness. But did you know there's more to these glowing bugs than meets the eye? Fireflies are insects that produce light through a process called bioluminescence. They have a special chemical in their bodies that mixes with oxygen to create a bright glow. Fireflies use their light to communicate with each other. They flash patterns to attract mates or warn predators to stay away. These magical bugs are also helpful to humans. Some scientists study fireflies to learn more about their light-producing abilities, which could lead to new discoveries in medicine and technology. So, the next time you see fireflies dancing in the night sky, remember that they're not just pretty lights, they're also fascinating creatures with secrets to share.
Our Wonders, unraveling nature's nighttime secrets. In the quiet of the night, a wise old owl sits perched on a tree branch, watching over the forest. But what makes owls so special? Owls are fascinating birds known for their big round eyes and silent flight. But did you know they have some amazing scientific facts too? One interesting fact about owls is their incredible hearing. Their ears are uniquely shaped to help them hear